Right, I'm going to start this Schleich update by moving these guys, because this is where I filmed the Schleich update. Now, last month in May, again, was quite a busy month. Some of the guys you have seen in my vlogs, so it will just be me repeating, but it's going to be me just giving more emphasis on my general opinion. Now, let's start with, I believe, our very first one of last month, which was a set. You have these two here, they came as a set. Now this person, I really like this person because of his or her stuff. I still need to find out if this characters or this figure is a boy or a girl. I don't want to be rude, but there are some bits that are making me think, either way, can you let go, please? So this is what it comes, and again there is so many nice details on that. I don't think the camera's going to focus, but I think that's because you've got some light shine. There we are. And you sort of got this, not levitating, you've got this clear plastic here. And you've got little just details on the wood as well. And it really, and textured, because it feels like the elephant did. It actually feels like what it's supposed to be, the wood. The actual character design, I personally feel it doesn't have as many little details as the one I showed you in, gosh, it must be an April update. But I do love this bow and arrow. It's all painted accurately, there are no overlaps. But as I said, I am still trying to figure out if it's a boy or a girl. Obviously boys can have long hair, but I'm just wondering. It doesn't matter either way. So that's the person. I got this set for £6 instead of 11. This was shown at the very beginning of May. Now this mould is the exact same mould as the leopard one, I believe. Leopard jaguar mold, exactly the same, but just a different colour. But I love the shimmer on it. You just see a little bit of a shimmer. It's all, I've decided to make her she's all black, but there's this slight shimmer to her. I would have preferred to maybe have the mold to be a tiny bit different, but I do love this shimmer. And she hasn't gotten scratched up at all so far. So she's staying in good quality at the moment. Underside, again you've got that little shimmer. And you've got all the Schleich logo on her belly. So we're going, these guys, honestly, I prefer the figure of the other one to this one, but I feel like this figure represents this animal more than the other figure. I can tell what one she's going to get paired up with, not just because of her skin, but also because of what she's wearing. She's got that little shimmer to her, as well as both of them, him. So I definitely feel like they match together better than the other one, but I definitely prefer the figure of the other one. But we're going to move these guys out of the way, because I'm going to leave the mystery ones that I didn't show until the very end. Because I did get quite a lot. Now this one is one you guys should know my opinion on. This is Elmo. Again, I showed him in my vlog. But I am in love with this mould. Turns out his feet are different. All the others have been painted this on all 4 feet, but for some reason his ones are white, which actually makes him even more unique. But the thing I've fallen in love with is the texture. Just like on his or her staff, this does feel like elephant skin. Now I've never stroked an elephant, so I have no idea what an actual elephant feels like. But honestly, this is beautiful, the texture. He is getting scratched up quite easily though. You see on his tusk, he's already got a scratch on the very edge of his ears. So he is getting scratched up easier than some of the other molds. I don't know why. I'm trying to keep him in the same quality as the others. He's a bit, there's a few hairs on him because he lives at the bottom of all the wild animals, because he's the heaviest ones. And just look, even on the tusks, You've got this just detail, even down to his mouth. They don't shine on the details. They don't let it go down throughout the model. It's consistent, which is what I like to see. As well as those little veins on his ears. I think the elephant beforehand, the retired bull elephant, did have them, but they've just taken it to a U level, which I honestly didn't think it was possible. But he's beautiful. Obviously, his white toenails stick out quite a bit. And the reason I named him Elmo was a total random name choice. It has no meaning. And I just thought it was a really sweet name to give him rather than quite a tough one like Tyson or similar. So he's going to go over here with the set. And I'm now going to show you... Oh, what shall I show? I shall show you the accessories I got. These came in 2 separate packs, but obviously I've put them all together. Now, what I did is, this is one set. I'm just getting everything out to show you guys. Everything out. Okay, there we are. Okay, so this is the first set. It came in a different box. You've got the different ribbons you get with the horse show. The only reason I haven't gotten the horse show is because I've got the horse and the rider already. And usually I'm okay with duplicates, but that horse is quite specific in its look. And I don't think I would like duplicates. So you've got bronze, silver and gold. And on each of them you've got this little horse head. Oh, the camera actually picked up on it. Okay. I'm just looking through the camera now. I didn't realise how detailed it was. It's got a nice sort of bronze shimmer to it. Exactly the same for all 3 medals, just obviously different colours. Now the trophy itself is one coloured. It's just one base colour. There's no sort of little paint details, but again, it's because it's so small, you can't really expect much. So the top comes off, so you can either sort of give them this trophy or you can put the top on, and I guess it makes it easier to carry around. Don't worry, it's not broken. You've got obviously the horse's head there, and I've just it's not broken. And then you've got the bouquet, again like the trophy. It's very one base colour. The flowers are all the same pink. Same with the stem and the leaves. They're just 2 solid colours, which is fine. Again, because these items are so small, I can sort of not be so harsh on the details. So small. So this was the first accessory set I got this month, and then I believe a couple weeks ago I got these. Now these medals are for the humans. The only way you could fit them on the horse is if you had a pony competing. Obviously they're not going to fit around the horse's neck. Now these ones are made out of a different material. There's no ribbon on them. They're just made out of plastic. And I need to look up the actual ranking of them. They do have the exact same horse head, but it's not really coming up on the camera. Just imagine the same horse head. I believe purple is the highest ranking one. And then red and then yellow, I do believe. I need to double check that. But definitely the star piece is this here. It's lovely. I displayed it on Dottie in my vlog. And oh my gosh, again the texture on this is, you can feel the texture. And again you've got the nice ribbon going down. You've got champion one side and first on the other. Now I know again this is small, but maybe I would have liked to see some darker green detail in it. I know it's a lot to ask for a smaller piece. These ones obviously you can't put too much detail because they're so small, but they have got a little clip on the back, so you can clip them on the horse's bridle halter. But again, I do like this. The ribbon actually sort of, you can't take it off, but it's not stuck on there totally. So that's the accessory set. I've kept it in the largest box so I can just sort of store them. I have been using them to play with. I have been doing the horse shows for the mares, the stallions, and now the foals. There's a lot of hairs going on here. But we are getting to the exciting ones now. Well, not quite. We've got a couple familiar ones. Oh, we're showing a bit of one I don't want to show quite well. Right. Puffin. Now this month I definitely went on the goal to pick ones I necessarily wouldn't choose myself. So my experiment was to basically to get my brother to pick them. And I had to accept whatever ones he got or chose. So this is a Puffin. I wouldn't normally choose this. This is a single family animal. He has no mate. He has no chicks. Just on him on his own. He's in a natural position from pictures I've seen. You've got some lovely detail here that doesn't necessarily show up to the human eye because the paints are dark. It's obviously black. So at first you might not be able to see the details, but the camera really picks up on these. And then you've got, I don't know how they've done this. You've got these little markings around his eye and on his beak. I think it would be very hard for anyone to make the beak look natural because Puffin's beaks are so colourful. It would be very hard to make them look natural because they're not really. And the eyes, again, there's that little brush stroke. I mean, his feet are quite a bright orange. They don't have too much texture. They feel like a different material, like a different type of plastic to his body. Like they've used a different plastic for his feet. You've got the black claws, but the orange definitely stands out. Like all of him is natural colours. All of him is nicely blended, and then you've just got boom, orange feet. That's one part of him I'm not over keen on. Again, I would have maybe liked to see some darker orange in between here. I know it's asking a lot for a small mould. And maybe a bit of blending. I know his feet wouldn't really blend into his fur, but... And beak, I can't criticise the beak too much because, again, as I said, Puffin's beaks are quite colourful. And then, I mean, look at that underside. Just look at it. It's beautiful. His wings are beautiful. I will give them that. And his puffy chest. He is called Neo. Nothing to do with the Matrix. I can't remember his meaning. I did look up a meaning. But I called him Neo. And he hangs out with Flutter, the budgie I have. Okay. The last one that you guys might have seen in my blog. And then the next ones are ones that you have not seen at all. So here again we have one that my brother picked out. It's a kangaroo with her Joey. This is obviously the female. Obviously she's got a little pouch with Joey in it. I named her Kanga. Well, my brother named her Kanga because he has a soft toy called Kanga who's appropriately a kangaroo. So I said, you know what, I'll name her Kanga. It's a very, very common name. Well, not common name, it's a very obvious name. But I really like her. At first I wasn't over keen on her. Was she worth the price? Her nose and her eyes have this nice glimmer to it. Her whole texture of the skin is lovely. Oh, I love these feet. These feet, just the blending as the feet go on. And the sort of the bump of the pouch is a nice natural roundness to it. It doesn't seem forced. You can see it from back here. It's not just moulded there and it stops here. It's moulded all the way around, so you can really get that natural feel. Her tail is a little bit thicker than what I would imagine, and it's at a bit of a, not a curly angle. It's not as what I expected. But I love this little Joey. I mean, just the details on this Joey alone. I mean, they've done the exact same texture of the eyes. Oh my gosh, how did they do that, man? Sounds like I said man. And his nose as well. Just, they done blending on him. And from here, he looks bigger. But in real life, he is so much smaller because the camera's right up close to his face. But I love this camera because it just picks up on these details. And that's what I love about Schleich. That is why I collect them, is because of the details in it. Unfortunately, we have not given a name to this baby. He or she is literally a head. If there was more, if I could take the Jory out, which I don't think they'll be able to do, but if they ever manage to make a Kanga mould where you could take out the Jory, I don't think they could. If they did, that'd be amazing. But now we get on to the ones you have not seen before. I think we shall start with not the less important one, but these guys need names and I need help. We have the Bengal Tiger Cub standing. Now this is the exact same mould as the Siberia Cub standing. It's just a different paint. And again, my brother picked this out, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not want to get this one because it was the same mould, exactly the same mould as the other one, and I was really put off by that. And I thought the colouring was a bit too bold, but she has grown on me. Yes, I've made her a girl. I mean, I love Bengal tigers. I love tigers in general. Those bright blue eyes, which are parts I really thought would put me off, I actually really like. Quite pupils, you've got her little markings there. I mean, she's just so sweet. And there's sort of this, obviously they put in fur texture, but it's sort of like bubbliness to it, this sort of thick feel to it. Like when you look at her markings, they're not just straightly painted on, they look a bit like they really fit in with the texture. Oops, I just turned her over. Stop it. That's her tail there. Obviously it's attached to this leg here. There is a tiny bit of overlap with the white, but you know, this is a small mould. This is a £3 model, so I can't be too harsh. Now I don't know if it's part of the mould, but there's a very slight dip in this. Don't know whether, does it show up? Yeah, look here, you've got her leg. There's this dip. I don't know, is that the mould or is that her? We've got some pretty unique animals. We've got Elmo with the white toenails. We might have a tigress cub. A tiger cub. I mean, again, the thing I love about Schleich is the way they blend things. That's honestly a word I've used a lot, and it's a word I will use because they do it so well. She's got a little bit of a scratch there, and obviously the underside paws are just painted black, just one solid black with some white, but you've got the blend into the orange, which is beautiful. So she needs a name. If obviously I'll ask you guys, but I'll probably try and come up with one myself. Now actually let's show this, because they aren't individual moulds, they're actually a set. So we've got this normal plant, you say, just normal plant. You've got the little one here that you attach to the middle, comes off. I don't know whether this is a specific plant they made, so you just put that in the stand. But again, this doesn't come with anything. This comes with something very unique. Gerbils! Oh my gosh, gerbils. Gerbils, it comes with gerbils. They are, oh my gosh, just look at them. And when I saw them, my first thought was the two characters from Ice Age. The ones that travel around with Ellie. And they're called Eddie and Crash. So this is Eddie, and this is Crash. Ah, wrong place, this is Crash. And I, again, was put off because I thought these moulds, they're even smaller than the £3 ones. How are they going to get detail into them? How are they going to do really nice moulds in such small... I mean, look at my finger. Look at the size of my finger. It's the length of this. It's small. It's really small. If I just pick it up, or even just to my little finger, it's like the length of my little finger. So... but these details, I mean, you don't have just one solid colour, but I don't mind. These models are so small. You've got a tiny bit of blending in the ear. And oh, I love his textured fur. I love how both of them are different. We've got a sitting one. This is Eddie. Because I feel like Crash in the position he's in, he looks like he's going to run. So he's more of the adventurous one. But I think this was $2.50, and honestly it's worth the price. This bush you could get really in any set, but it's just the details on him. They're both boys, obviously. Do they have the little logo? Yes, they've got a tiny little S just to show it is Schleich. And these are far more worth the price than this. Now that with these ribbons here came to $3.50. That set alone, but this came to $2.50. And if you buy it, if you want to buy it, it's more, yes, of a scenery pack than a solid animal, but you could still easily use these guys individually, even in movies. Look, hi, how are you? It's a bit difficult to control him, but with his long tail I can do it. So actually they're pretty good to film with. Well, he's pretty good to film with. You just need to watch out for your fingers. So actually these guys, I really want to use them in a movie, but obviously can't use them in beauty because they would be really out of place. Our final one, oh my gosh, this is the giraffe baby. We got the tiger, the gerbils, and the giraffe all at once. I think it came to £12 something. And I did post a picture of them on Twitter, so anyone who follows me on Twitter has seen them. But I only post exclusive stuff like that on my social pages, just to make the social pages worth a visit. But this baby, I think was $5.50. This tiger cub was $5.50. So as I said, the system at my shop is a bit broken price wise. This one I would rather pay £4 or £4.50 for. This one, I don't know why they didn't put it in £3 bit, but it's okay. I have the money to waste. Not waste. No. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. But I decided to make you a boy. My brother did suggest the name Jack. I'm pretty sure I've got a model called Jack, but if not, that will be the name I'll give him. Again, he's mostly solid colours, but then honestly, I don't mind. You've got some blending on his horns. He's got a little bit of grey, dark colours. You've got his inside of his ears. The hoofs, the hoofs like do on horses, on any herd animal, they always do a brilliant job with this aspect. Always. They never seem to fail. You've got a little gap there. Underside, there's no gender, there's no specific gender bits, so you can make this one a boy or a girl. Same with you, and same with you guys, and not with you. Same with you and you. You can all be boys or girls. Obviously, again, he's sort of grown on me. He's got his shoulders sticking out. They're quite a lot, these sticking out. But he is not my favourite model out of them all, but I think he's grown on me. I can't wait to get the male giraffe, especially the male one. I can't wait to get it because he's going to be huge. He'll probably end up being one of the £7 animals. So this is what I got last month. It doesn't look like a lot, but remember these two were two individual sets. Neo seems to be talking to his jaguar, not aware of the risk he is facing. And Elmo seems to be pretty happy. So that's my collection of last month. And this is a Schleich update for May. And I'm just really excited for what this month's going to be. 1st of June. I have no idea who I'm going to get, but next Saturday could get some more animals. So I'll see you guys, well, next month for the next Schleich update.